What's up, everybody? It's been so long since I got to do a Victory Monday video. I kind of forgot how. But winning yesterday 15-13 on a walk-off Eddie Pinheiro field goal, 23 yards, making us kick it 3 times, and Eddie not being iced, especially after missing that extra point on our first touchdown to Tommy Trimble. Really solid stuff there. Bryce is going to be just fine. I liked how he stepped through the pocket a lot more yesterday, and the movement was a lot better. A lot of good blitz pickup by Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders, I believe, on a couple of those. So really good. And that step through throw he threw to Adam Thielen that set us up on the 5-yard line, even though we got stoned in the red zone. And we've got to be a little more creative when we're 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and those short ones. Heck, even bringing Andy Dalton in to sneak it, I wouldn't mind it. But I think Laviska Shenault not being there kind of was a detriment, because I think we could do more jet sweeps and some different motions and things in the red zone. But Bryce Young, especially on that last drive, being able to overcome a 2nd and 19, the 3rd and 12 screen. Adam Thielen reminds me so much of Ricky Prohl, Jericho Cotchery, just the reliable guy. He's playing at an all-pro level, 8 for 72. And thank God Miles Sanders got his hands out of the way on that 4th and 2. And I didn't know if Adam Thielen was able to catch it for 1 and stretch enough to get it. But super happy there that we were able to do that. So a lot of really good things. Jonathan Mingo having some flashes and some good things. And I really believe the chemistry between Tommy Trimble and Bryce Young is starting to percolate as well, and that's nice. Tommy Trimble having 2 touchdowns, and I don't think tight ends had 2 touchdowns in a year since Greg Olsen. It feels like just the lack of ability for them to be effective in the offense. So maybe this is a sign of something. Very nice. Chuba Hubbard, I know we didn't run the ball well at all yesterday. Obviously, I think we only had like 40 yards rushing, but the big 3rd and 2 run for Chuba on the last drive to set up the game-winning field goal, that was just want to dive across the line type of thing. And that was amazing to see, and I like that Chuba Hubbard's taking the ownership of the expanded role, kind of, with Miles Sanders' injury and working back from the injury, and frankly Miles Sanders' ineffectiveness because of the offensive line jumbling. I do understand that Bryce got sacked 6 times and that can't continue, and Ike Ekwonu has struggled, but I do appreciate the poise of Bryce Young and to live for another down. The ball security was really good, and that is something he struggled with in some weeks, so that's a piece of growth as well. And he was really effective yesterday with the 1-2-3, the 3-step drops, and just get it out quick. And I think we're going to have to do that until we upgrade and feel solidified with our offensive line. But I really like that aspect of Bryce's game yesterday. And Raheem Blackshear, he was excellent for us last year in that third running back role, kind of, and the specialty things. And I like that we were finally able to incorporate him. And he was also deadly in the return game, which was very nice to finally get us some good field position, because the first couple of drives of the game, the field position was an issue because of penalties and early sacks. And the Houston punter was amazing. But the defense showed out. And Frankie Louvu being at the top of that list, 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 pass defense. And that was a pleasant surprise. I think we batted about 5 or 6, and it felt, it felt like more. But I was surprised we were able to contain C.J. Stroud and that Houston didn't try to exploit some of our injuries a little bit more with his legs. Not that I'm mad about it, but C.J. Stroud has a little bit more of a burst than Bryce Young does. So I thought they might use that a little bit more, especially with C.J. getting some of his passes batted down early on and somewhat continuously throughout the game. That was just a bit of a surprise. Dante Jackson was really solid tackling, helped force that fumble that set up the 1 field goal. And CJ Henderson was pretty solid in tackling as well. They were shifty and they were hard to get down. So pretty sure tackling. I mean, we missed a few here or there. Brian Burns had an impact sack and some things as he usually does. It was really nice to see our defense be able to put it all together, because even the stats don't show it, but we've played pretty solid defensively, but we just get dog tired because we're out there so long, and we were able to kind of mitigate that this game, and the defense was able to continually come up with big stops and big plays when we needed to. And the bat down on the 2-point conversion by Frankie Louvu to prevent it from being a 15-15 game at the end, that was really huge as well. There's a lot to like defensively, and we didn't let him get behind us too much and give up the explosive, which was really, really nice to see. And there's stuff to build on there, but we need to keep Frankie Louvu and Brian Burns, just saying, because those are cornerstone pieces. Xavier Woods being back in there really, really looked like it made a difference, and just really stuff to build on. But we got to figure out those 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s, because it should not be as hard as we make it look in terms of that, and you want a little bit more explosive in the running game to allow Bryce Young to have more time for those explosive plays down the field. But Thomas Brown did a fantastic job in the last drive to orchestrate that, and the tempo really seemed to work nicely. Really, really excited about the prospects. I know it's Houston. I know it was ugly. It's probably one of the ugliest wins we've ever had, but they all count the same. And we haven't been able to celebrate a victory Monday in forever. And just to have that feeling again, and Bryce's development continue to grow is really, really something fun to see. And I know we're 1-6, so just take it one game at a time, and it's probably not going to be great, but when the victories come, cherish them and look at the positives. And looking at the positives when you win is a lot more fun, and you saw a lot of that on Sunday. And Houston's been pretty surprising and explosive, so to be able to keep them to 13 points, that's really, really amazing to do, because I think the Saints gave up 23. So there you go, and their defense is more healthy and strong in position. So it's a week-to-week league, and the way the NFC South is, who knows? But the trade deadline is tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting to see if we do anything at all. I think we need to recoup the draft capital somehow. Not exactly sure how, but there's a lot to like, and I'm really, really excited for Bryce Young and what he was able to do yesterday, and especially living for another play and not letting the sacks and the negative plays discourage too much at all. And we were able to stay relatively penalty-free and ahead of the chains, and to be able to overcome that second and 19, third and 12 on the last drive, that is going to bode very, very well, to have that positive memory going through the grinds of an NFL season. So absolutely incredible. As always, keep pounding. Go Panthers. Let's try to stack W's, because winning is a lot more fun. But, man, first victory Monday for Bryce, and first game-winning drive for the Carolina Panthers since 2018. So, the light at the end of the tunnel just got a little bit brighter, and gotta love it.